Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, beloved brothers and sisters. As we move forward in these blessed days of Dhul-Hijjah, looking into the amazing person of the great leader and the friend of Allah, Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him. Today we're going to talk about his benevolence. Abraham was the embodiment of this beautiful divine attribute of rahmah. As the prophets were sent, as the Quran begins each chapter, this sense of benevolence, compassion, caring, kindness, looking out for the best interests of others. We see in how he dealt with his father, who threatened to kill him. لَأَرْجُمَنَّكَ. When he challenged his father's belief system, his dad said, I will stone you to death. What was his response? قال سلام عليك سأستغفر لك ربي إنه كان بي حفيا. He responded, Peace be upon you, my father. I will seek forgiveness for you from my Lord because he has always been gracious with me. That sense of loving his father and appreciating all of the good things that he has done for him, all of the value he represented to him, and the divine responsibility that we have in the family lineage. Abraham was affirming that. And even though his father just came with the most ugliest of attacks at him, he was still concerned for his well being and committed to that for the rest of his life. We see that when the angels came to Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him, he did not know who they were when he was living with his wife in the desert. And so as they came, immediately he went to his wife and said, We have guests. And so we need to find something for them to eat. And the way the ayah reads, قالوا سلاما قال سلام فما لبث أن جاء بعجل حنيذ. They came with greetings of peace. He responded to them with greetings of peace. And then it says he quickly went to go slaughter and cook up some meat. But what kind of meat? It says a baby calf, meaning usually somebody would not want to slaughter a baby calf in the world in much of human history because they would like it to grow to a larger cow so that they can eat much more from it. But it appears as though that's all they had and they were ready and willing to slaughter the calf so that they could give nice quality cooked meat for their guests. And so that's how he responded, this sense of very high quality hospitality for strangers who just came to him. Similarly, we see when he found out in his visiting with the angels after they have told him the blessing of a son, that they said, We have to go to the people of Lot, and they informed that we are going to destroy this land and the people around it. So, of course, Abraham knows that this is the command of God, but he also knows that there is an open door for prayer, and that prayer and that calling for good is always open until reality sets in. And so it says, فلما ذهب عن إبراهيم الروع وجاءته البشرى يجادلنا في قوم لوط, that he began to argue with them. Well, maybe there's more believers. There could be many believers. Give those people a chance. He's looking out for their best interests. He's hoping they will not all be destroyed, even though the angels are coming with this. And a lot of modern people in their religious mindset, when they found somebody has done some grave sins, they can't wait to cancel them. Yeah, they should have this. They should be ruined, and all of this. And we see in our history the principled scholars constantly made excuses to try to find a way out, because the Prophet ﷺ said, even though somebody has done something that requires capital punishment, he said, فَدَرَأُوا الْحُدُودَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ بِالشُّبُهَاتِ. This idea of reasonable doubt, it comes from our tradition. It is the prophetic legacy. So when people would be charged with some grave offense or crime, then any sort of doubt that is proven to put doubt upon did they actually do it or not, scholars would bypass that punishment as a result of that, carrying that beautiful mercy and understanding, hoping for someone not to have to go through such punishment, as we see with Abraham and the people of Lot, with regardless of their terrible crime. We see that when He's calling people to the new city of Mecca. He's just sent to found this brand new center of faith, and he's calling them to enter into this monotheism that he has been called to establish in the world. And now there's this special central place that is meant to be the home of his son and the future of generations of some believers. And so he prays to God, knowing that polytheism and idol worship is so widespread and so corruptive. He says, فَمَنْ تَبِعَنِي فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَإِنَّكَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Whoever would follow me, that person is my follower, and they should be counted among my people. But whoever disobeys me, then truly you are forgiving and merciful. Again, this compassionate mindset, even for those who many scholars were understanding those who would disobey me, meaning those who would reject my prophethood. But other scholars made the point that that doesn't make sense because rejecting prophethood is an act of rejection of God in and of itself. So they said those who don't follow his command, those who don't follow his teaching. And so we see that he's affirming for those who do not follow his teachings that God is still forgiving and merciful, knowing the infinite mercy and forgiveness of Allah. And so we see this very strong, spiritually rooted character of compassion and mercy in Abraham. And last but not least, when we look into how he dealt with this vision, which he understood to be a command, where he's supposed to kill his own son. And so, this very difficult thing, he has waited his whole life. He has prayed and hoped for a son his whole life. And now here he is in a situation where he has a vision in his dream that he knows is a command from God that he will slaughter his own son. So what does he do? We do not have anything that says that he was told to do this, but it says, قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ إِنِّي أَرَى فِي الْمَنَامِ أَنِّي أَذْبَحُكَ فَانظُرْ مَاذَا تَرَى. So he says, oh my beloved son, I have seen in a vision, in a dream, and I am supposed to slaughter you. What do you think? What do you see in this matter? What is your opinion? And so he doesn't know what his son will say. He cannot predict the future. We don't have anything that says that he was commanded to do this, but out of the love and respect for his son, in order to try to make this easy in some way, but to honor his own son in this decision, he still comes to him. So we see this quality of benevolence, this very rooted understanding of caring for the needs of others, no matter how bad somebody else is, no matter what they've done, no matter how terrible the circumstances, try to make it best, try to alleviate suffering and hardship and judgment, and give everybody the opportunity and the chance to get out of the penalty that is there, which is how Allah is in the first place. We read throughout the Quran and the Sunnah. So may Allah bless us in these days to have a softer heart, to have a disposition of benevolence and caring compassion towards others, and looking to alleviate their suffering and difficulty, looking to find a way out of their hardship and difficulty. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.